I have quite a background with wet cleaning technology, large volume plants, and we were doing a fair amount of what we'll call wet cleaning. We did have some machines that had been converted so we could handle that, but we won't call it true wet cleaning in the sense that the science and the technology defines it. But it was very close, and we were always happy with the results. But we felt like that we could do more with more pieces to get a better result, fewer redos, kickbacks, and we had looked at different technologies out there that we never felt like they particularly fit our price range or the capacity. But what we do love about this machine is the fact that we are able to get closer in an hour, hour 15, a traditional dry cleaning load, depending on what you have in there. Because of the time of the year, we're primarily doing sweaters. Okay, we have Green Earth and we have K4. Both of them are good in some capacities and not so good in other capacities, as well documented within the industry. And what we were finding with the K4 is heavier weight sweaters were retaining the odor of K4, and to a lesser extent Green Earth, because they're both. Green Earth is very susceptible to bacteria with excessive moisture. And living in the South of North Carolina, particularly in the summer, high levels of relative humidity, so we have to stay on top of that, and unfortunately it can be retained in the climates. We have operated with Green Earth for 8 or 9 years, and K4 by Chrysler for going on 2 years now, and we felt like that we needed to add one more tool to our arsenal to kind of accommodate the fact that these technologies, while they're good and they're environmentally safe, they still have wet side stain issues. And most of our redos, most of our post-spotting kickbacks in the process were wet side stains. So we decided to look into a proper wet cleaning system, and we're introduced to Yamamoto and the Harmony system. So we went that route because we liked what we were being told about the technology, how it was going to open up garments that previously, even with years and years of experience, tells you to not wet clean. There's just, even in the best intention, in the best controlled environments, we would run into problems, potential claims, unhappy customers. So the fact that they were suggesting that theirs had a different way of treating the water before you put it in, so it doesn't shock the garments quite as bad, in addition to their conditioners and sizes and everything like that, we liked what we were hearing, and it's true. It really is true. It has completely opened up whole other avenues for us. Garments in the past that we would have never, we would have had to put a card on there. We would have had to put all of the responsibility on the customer, which from the business side does not fill the customer with a lot of confidence. That if you're making them take the responsibility to try to correct their garment. So we still have one or two things that we were discussing yesterday. Do we let the customer know on some garments that we want to go this route? Whereas 98–99% of the garments we don't even think twice about, because we know what's best for the stain, for the garment, for the fiber. But some of them, if there's going to be a threshold of a dollar amount or a particular, do we at least let the customer know? We're still discussing the culture of what we're doing as we're moving forward. But from a day-to-day standpoint, because I actually run it all day, we could not be happier in terms of the capacity loads, the flexibility of the programs, and the ability to go in there and custom as we want, relatively easy. To have the feedback with the company, with the soap people, if we have any questions. But then the cleanability of it is just hands down, it's been fantastic. We've been primarily running sweaters in there because we know that we had chemical odors that some customers were not happy with. So we said, let's really focus on doing these sweaters, and they come out, number one, they come out feeling like they've been dry cleaned. They have the handle, they have the softness. They smell incredibly fresh, which is huge for us and me. And to my knowledge, we've been doing this for going on a month now. We've not had one issue of shrinkage. We haven't had distortion. We haven't had any bleeding. So that alone, now obviously time will tell, but up to this point, what was promised has been delivered. Okay, an unintended but very nice consequence is it is freeing up the whole cycle of production control, because I have another machine that's getting the garments out faster, cleaner. When they go to the pressers, there are fewer spots that would have been there before that they may unintentionally overlook. Pressers sometimes will press through because they have production goals that they have to hit. So they're seeing fewer stains that might unintentionally be set by steam. So when the clothes get to my inspectors, they're finding fewer spots, which are then fewer kickbacks. So the overall operation is shutting down faster because it's just, everything is falling into a much better flow than it was before. And we were always big on that anyway. So from the production side, I could not be happier how that kind of happened without a lot of really thought to make it happen. Right. Since then, we've not received one redo for any kind of odor, which is huge. And to my knowledge, because I've not seen any redos for stains on these garments. So it's been, don't want to oversell it, but it's been very transforming for us. A lot less headaches, a lot happier customers, and a lot less redos that cost lost income for us.
Right.
So,
and the machine itself?
Machine itself could not be easier to use, easier to maintain, very user-friendly. It looks great on our plant floor. We have it in our laundry department, so when people come in, it just makes us look like a really professional operation, which is really important to me, you know, like to have the look as well. Because I always feel like that if you look like you're a winner, you're going to feel like you're going to win, and everything in your process is going to filter down to that. So, and I feel like when I go home at night that the garments that I sent out today for 5 stores and 2 routes, total confidence that they were as clean as they could be with the technology that we have. So it's just, it's really nice.
Well, that's really good. I certainly appreciate your opinion.
Well, you know what? I told other people I'm not real quick to like offer stuff out till I really tried it, but it just, from about the 2nd or 3rd day when we really felt comfortable, I was like, okay, I think this is really going to kind of change this operation. Because I felt like that we were probably one of the better operations in the state, definitely in Raleigh. We have a lot of experience, but we have a lot of open-mindedness to the future. But at the same time, a lot of concern at the end of the day. I got to make my numbers look right, but I got to make sure those customers are happy.
Yeah.
And we just didn't feel like that before we were there. We were really close, but we weren't quite there. Did we do as good a job as we could have before? And we knew that the last key was a proper wet cleaning system.